So, what exactly do you do when you're a 16-year-old girl and you find out your stepdad has the hots for you? Huh?
No, you should probably tell your mom.
Yeah, that's kind of the conundrum today on My Crazy Family.
My crazy
family.
My crazy
Family.
Welcome to the program. Be sure to press subscribe wherever you download podcasts and check out our channel on Apple Podcasts where you can get advanced episodes of the show and binge further, all commercial free. There's a good month or so ahead that you can get advanced episodes on right now. And of course, the archive with no ads. So it's really nice and easy. Fear Thy Family is also up there too, where you can get all of the Fear Thy Family segments on its own extra channel. When you check us out on Apple Podcasts, try it for 3 days free on Apple Podcasts. It's Tony and Stacy Cole with you on today's episode. What's going on?
Oh, today's episode's yuck.
Which part? Because there's three different headlines. What we do every week is Stacy brings me what we're talking about, and she gives us three headlines, and I'm going to use those headlines in the posting of the show on the title and everything. And we had dad won't see a doctor and has a bad cough. His brother died of lung cancer. 34-year-old's best friend is annoying him with how he treats his own dad and won't pay his own way when they hang out. And stepdad admits he has feelings for his 16-year-old stepdaughter, and she doesn't want to tell her mom for fear of ruining their marriage. Which one do you think I'm going to pick?
You're going to choose the creepy stepdad. Oh, my God.
It's probably the most salacious one on there just from the headlines. But who knows? I mean, sometimes you'd be surprised by what we hear from folks. But, yeah, that's just, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the movie that was out like 20 years ago? American Beauty. Didn't that have like something where it was it?
I think it was a teacher, though.
Okay. Who was
Wasn't
that?
it the teacher?
Who played the teacher?
Kevin Spacey.
I was just going to say, in my mind, it was Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he had the hots for a 16-year-old girl in that movie. Okay.
And I'm fairly certain he was a teacher. I'm going to have to look that up. But
They should invite him back to do the remake all these years later, and we'll switch it up.
Can he do that from jail? Is he in jail right now? Or has he just been shunned?
I think he's just been shunned.
Okay.
I don't believe he's in jail. I think he's in Ireland or something. I don't know.
Well, okay. Is that where you go?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Honestly, we should do an update on that. But he last year he released a weird, freaky video on YouTube where he was almost playing the character of whoever he was on House of Cards, and gave like a weird, bizarre Christmas greeting in front of a large, roaring fire while drinking a glass of scotch.
Ew.
It's like, is this theater to you now? Or like, what exactly is going down here? Because, yeah.
Yeah, something about that doesn't feel quite right. By the way, in the movie American Beauty, he was not a teacher. He was a middle-aged magazine executive. Now, how he became acquainted, he was at a school basketball game. I don't know why he was at the game. He became infatuated with a cheerleader's friend named Angela, and that was the 16-year-old.
Okay. Did they ever in that movie? Did they ever actually do anything? Did he get with her?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah,
okay,
I think they did. Huh? I'm gonna have to read more into that. It's been so long.
I haven't seen that movie, and like I was in high school, I think, when it came out.
Yeah. So, when did this come out? It was out in 1999.
Yep, I was in high school.
Yep.
I remember. Yeah. All right, what do we got today for our dysfunctional families?
All right. Well, quite a bit. Our first one, I really don't know what to do. My dad has a really bad cough, and my siblings and I are worried that it's something really bad. He has had it for about a year and a half now. Oh, I'm sorry, for a half a year now, and it doesn't seem to be getting better. His brother died 6 years ago of lung cancer, and they both smoked. Problem is my dad doesn't want to see a doctor. My parents don't trust doctors at all. They swear by homeopathy. We have tried telling him that he needs to see a doctor, even if the only thing he does is listen, but he just ignores it. He's really stubborn. He doesn't talk much. Does anyone know what to do? We don't want to have an intervention. He probably won't listen or he'll just leave. He is 70 years old already, and I don't want to lose him. There's always something about men not wanting to go to the doctor. I know I'm generalizing a little bit here, but isn't it more of just you're terrified of what it could be?
Yeah, I mean, is it always just men, though? I mean, is that not? I mean, I do agree. There's more of that with men. And yeah, I do think that is probably the reason. Is it's you don't want to know sometimes the unknown, but then you wise up and go, wait a second, if I found something early, I could figure this out and not go back and be like, oh shit, I should have done that then. But a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
So what do? I honestly, here's where it gets interesting. If you are the child, the adult child of this person who obviously has something going on with their lungs, refuses to go to the doctor, they believe in their homeopathy and that's what they want to do. And there's probably some deeper held beliefs than just, I don't want to go to the doctor. I think there's probably something deeper there as to why they don't trust or want to be with a doctor. There's probably something. But if that's what they want to do, rather than go and get medicine possibly, or get healed, or get some sort of diagnosis that's going to tell them that everything's going to be horrible and you're going to die soon, I think ultimately it's up to them. I don't know that you can force them. If you do everything, you try, you encourage, and I'm not saying just ignore them and say, like, you want to go to the doctor? No. Oh, I tried. No, obviously you're going really deep into this. And I at some point, I don't know. There's not much more you can do other than physically restrain him and take him to a doctor or bring a doctor to him, but then he'll have to not strike the doctor.
Well, and what if you just had a sit down? Like, you know what, Dad? I love you. I am concerned about this cough, at which he's probably going to cough during the discussion.
Yep.
Or you go, see what I'm talking about, or you record the cough and play it back for him and go, listen to how bad this sounds.
Like Guantanamo Bay with Britney Spears. You're just going to play it over and over and over till he gets out of his house on a loudspeaker. And that's how you're going to get him. And you're just going to follow him with a speaker till he goes to the doctor.
Yeah.
That sounds like the most humane thing to do of all of the options.
Well, you can't go wrong with telling somebody that you care about their well-being and you want them to be around.
Yes.
And this is the best way to do that because you've got something that's really concerning. And what if we could do something about it now?
Well, okay. And I completely agree. I think that should certainly be done. I'm guessing it has been done in this case, but do it again. And I think you have to prepare yourself and be prepared for whatever that answer is going to be and accept that reality if that is what that person wants. And it may be you got a point. Fine. If it'll make you happy, I'll go. If it's just a flat out, I'm ready to die. I made my peace.
Maybe that's it.
And I'm ready to go. It's not that it's like, I know you all want me to be around longer. Like, that's fine. But this is my life. I don't know. I don't know what his personality is. Other than what's been said. But I say you do all you can. But there is a line of where it is their choice. I mean, unless they are completely incompetent and cannot make choices on their own, then it's still their choice until they reach that point. Just because they don't want to keep living on our fucked up planet doesn't mean they're crazy. It just means they've done their time and they're just kind of ready to check out.
Yeah, and maybe it's just, that's their way of saying, like you said, they're just done. Let me live my life. And if I'm going to go early, that's my choice.
Yeah. Do everything. Try convince any way you possibly can that people love them and that they really would like them to get that help. They still say no. You've done what you can. And that's what you have to accept, because you look back. What if I did nothing? Nothing would have happened. You would have probably alienated the relationship and wouldn't have ended up having those last handful of months or years together where you're not constantly nagging on the person that really just wants to die, and trying to have the best of time with them through those years and make that a happy place. Because that's usually what happens.
That's a really good point. And maybe this person, they don't want the help. They see this as a way out, and let me have my way out.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, to each their own. I can't imagine. I want to kick it till I can't kick it no more. If I'm just a Ted that I can talk and still do podcasts, and people can just push me and give me like a straw with like a milkshake or something every day.
I'll just prop you up next to a microphone and hit record.
I could still totally do that. I could learn how to control the screen with my eyes or something. And
like a Stephen Hawking situation.
Exactly. It would be amazing. I'd still fucking do it. That's just me. I mean, unless I was in horrible pain or something. I don't know. I want to hang out as long as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have to talk out of the side of my mouth someday. It's going to sound really fucking weird. I'm already like training myself how to do that. If I ever have a stroke, like, okay, well, I could do that.
Oh yeah, just grab a pencil and pull part of your lip up.
Exactly. What I have is my voice on a thing where I can type my voice and it says whatever the fuck I want to say.
Oh my God.
And it's me. So, and there's endless hours of me. So I figure if that ever happens, by the time that happens, there'll be even more material we can put into even better technology, and I can just type out what I need to say. And then
I hope you can type quickly, though.
Well, I'll get better at that, or I'll hire one of those people who do the court shit. And
stenographer. That'd be great.
I'll get an in-house stenographer.
That'd be awesome.
And then even when I am dead, Harper can still co-host with me. She just gets to type out what I say. And
you know what? And you can call it Tony from the grave.
Yeah. It'd be awesome.
I like that.
I could start writing episodes right now and they launch the day I'm dead.
That'd be amazing. That's some good shit, man.
Well, we got reruns to run pretty much forever, which is what I've looked at, because I was scheduling stuff for the holidays and I'm just going through. I'm like, oh my God. I knew we had a lot of episodes, but I was like, oh my God, we have a lot of episodes. I mean, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of episodes. And I've been putting some into Apple Podcasts as we've launched on there. This is, I'm talking about Real Ghost Stories Online and some of our other podcasts in total of all of our shows. And I was just amazed at how many episodes that we've done. I mean, on this show, we're getting we're at 35 now. Some of the other shows, we're into the thousands, but they've been around for 10 years.
That's amazing.
And but I think as this thing grows here, more episodes every week. We're now running an old one on Fridays, so you kind of get a rerun there. But I think soon in the new year, as this is our first episode of the new year, we'll have more coming to you from this channel. What else we got?
Beautiful. So, okay, this one is about a family friend. I have this friend who's been my best friend since we were in high school. We're now both 34 and out of school. Well, you better be out of school by now. He's been annoying a lot lately. And by that, I mean, he likes to crap on my sports teams and he likes to hear himself talk. He gets mad when I tell him that we can't hang out. We usually go out once a week to go to the mall. Wait, they're 34? They're going to the mall. Okay, all right. I'm not going to judge. They go and get lunch, but now it's costing me money.
Oh, he's got to pay for the Sbarro.
I guess so. He's always talking crap to his dad, like saying he doesn't want to work every time he wakes up and says he'll sell his business when his dad dies. So it must be a family business. He thinks he doesn't have to work, but he loves earning the money. He had his own car, but doesn't want to go to work. He's always complaining to me about working every time we hang out, and it's just getting annoying. I want to tell him, respect your dad, or I'm not hanging out with you anymore. I'm afraid of what he'll do or say to me, though. He also gets pissed when his dad tells my parents on him. He says things like, thanks, Dad. Why did you have to tell these people about what I say to you? One time, my best friend got so mad at his dad that he hung out with somebody else. These guys are 34. It reminds me of Step Brothers. The dad came home and told his son, you aren't allowed to go out anymore with me. My best friend thinks he owns his dad or something. He's a punk kid who thinks he can kick everybody's ass, but he's all talk. One time his dad had to save my friend because he has a staring problem. Some bigger guy wanted to kick my friend's ass because he was staring at him, but his dad stopped the guy. Now, I really want to write to Dr. Phil and let Dr. Phil yell at my best friend, but his dad doesn't want anybody to know that there's something wrong with him, like he's mentally challenged. I want to tell my best friend off and say, we hang out every week, and every week I keep spending my money that I saved up. I don't know what to say or what to do. I want to keep him as my best friend, but if he starts treating me like his dad, I'm going to have to tell him off. Also, my older sister said he stares at her every time my best friend sees her. It's very creepy. I wouldn't know what to do if my best friend stared at somebody at the mall and they beat the shit out of him. I wouldn't know what to do. So thank you for reading my story, guys. Love the show. Yeah, you got an annoying friend, dude.
I'm just gonna come out and say it. To both individuals here, grow the fuck up. If you're 34 years old and this is your life and this is what's going on, grow up. Jesus Christ.
I want their life. I want to be able to go to the mall every week.
I don't know what's going on. If there's something prohibiting them from growing up, and if there is, I apologize, but that was not noted anywhere in this. But he's a toxic friend, so get rid of him. There you go.
Yeah, and
problem
it's hard.
solved.
If it's a family friend and it's been your best friend since high school, it's hard to cast that person off and say, I'm done. But it sounds like it's not a good situation anymore.
It sounds like it's weighing on this person way more than it should. And it's just doesn't sound healthy at all. And if this is what that person is and they're doing these things, they're not the person they used to be. People grow, people change, and they're probably not the same person they were in high school. So the easiest answer to life in this situation is just get the fuck away from them and, be polite or whatever, or tell them off, whatever you want to do. The easiest is just probably just drift away. And he wants to hang out. You don't have time. You're doing this, you're doing that. And just kind of,
I'm busy. I'm working.
You run into them every once in a while, and that usually gives a hint. And don't put yourself in situations with people that are, shady. So there you go. You're 34.
The whole staring at his sister.
If you're seriously 34 years old, I seriously hope that something changes here, because I don't know. I can't. I guess I can. I was going to say I can't picture this going on, but after seeing some of the stories lately of like 34-year-old executives going into other people's homes and falling asleep in their beds. I think 30 is almost the new 20. And so if that's the mindset we're dealing with, that's the mindset we're dealing with. But dude,
when I read this, I really thought of the movie Step Brothers.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It really, if you're really 20 and you're writing this, you just wanted to sound older, I expect this probably level of behavior from you there, but still, it's pretty immature. But anyway, next story.
All right. Well, when my mom was gone, wait a minute. Did I miss a spot? Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah. Okay. So the story starts out when my mom was gone. My stepdad talked to me about this and said he was ashamed of his feelings toward me. I couldn't stop thinking about my mom. She got divorced and married my stepfather, and she is very happy with him. As much as I want to tell her she deserves to be happy, what happened is my stepfather told me he liked me more than normal parameters. I told him that I would stay away and never tell my mom because it would break her heart. I told him he needs to keep loving her He says he still does anyway. My stepfather raised me since I was 10. He taught me math in school, and I used to hug him a lot because my relationship with my biological father is not my best. My biological father has another family, and staying with him is not an option. My stepfather really had my trust, but now I'm rethinking every moment we spend together. Since this secret is a time bomb, I can't tell anyone. I don't even feel comfortable in my own home now. I'm trying to stay out as much as I can. I'm really clueless about what to do. I'm nearly 17, by the way. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I can relate to this to a point.
Okay.
Okay. My biological father was an absolute piece of shit, and I had a lovely stepfather who stepped in. I think when I was 8, he came into my life, and he was around till I was probably 14. He basically took over the role of my dad. Like if my mom was working late, we'd have dinner together, or we went to hockey games all the time. We did stuff together. We had a normal stepfather, stepdaughter relationship. There was never anything creepy or weird. And I was really close to him, and I could tell him anything. So I as I'm reading this, I'm thinking, kind of picturing myself in her place, because my stepdad was good at math. He taught me math. He taught me all kinds of things. To have that sense of betrayal of, oh my God, you don't just think of me as a kid. You're looking at me in that way.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
And to be clear, your stepdad never went down that road or anything, right? Okay.
Never. I remember one time, I was young, okay? I was just getting used to what a bra was, Yep. I mean, training bra, whatever. And I was really struggling, and I had something was screwed up, and I needed help with the clasp because I couldn't reach it. And I was fighting with it, and I walked from the bathroom to my bedroom, and my stepdad was around, and I said, "Can you just help me with this real quick?" And there was nothing there. He didn't do anything inappropriate. I didn't ask him anything inappropriate.
Sure.
Nothing happened. But to me, that was just a normal thing that you would do around a relative that you trusted.
Sure.
I can't imagine now not trusting that process and that person.
No, I mean, you were in a safe environment, and he did nothing. Yeah. He was asked him to quickly, get a clasp. That's all it was.
Yeah, and it's not like he copped a feel. He wasn't thinking anything. It was no big deal. He went about his business afterwards.
Yeah. No, that's a normal thing. That's, that does happen.
I mean, if Harper came to you and said, "Dad, can you help me with my bra strap?" You would never think anything. She would never think anything.
I've zipped a lot of the back of her dresses up for her because she can't zip those anymore. But yeah, you're just being dad. You're just helping. That's all that is. If mom's not around, dad can help too. Dad's not going to do anything to me.
Yeah, I mean, my stepdad went and bought maxi pads with me. I mean, that's what dads do,
Yeah.
I just can't imagine having somebody that you thought you trusted. He's been in her life since she was 10, and now she's almost 17.
Yeah. And then to say something like that I do not fucking understand that. Especially when you've been in that person's life since they were a child. And it's like, yes, people grow, they get older, you become a woman, but you've been with this person since they were 10. They're still a child to you. And
why would you, wait a second, Tony, why would you admit this to her? Do you think he was hoping that she would say, yeah, I've been attracted to you too?
That's the only reason you would fucking say this. It would be to
Mom
try.
Was gone. Was he looking for something?
Yes, that was what he was doing. I think his whole purpose was simply, I kind of, and to see where it goes, kind of fish a little bit and think if that's all he says and sees what her reaction is. And if she gives a response back or doesn't know what to say, he could move in more abrasively depending on what her reaction is. It's a predator type behavior. I mean, the only reason, why the fuck would you say that to her if your intention was not then to go further with that thought process?
Oh,
You know,
yeah. And now she's got, she knows that mom is happy in this relationship and she wants mom to be happy.
mm-hmm.
But now she's got this horrible secret that she needs to do something about. And it's going to destroy her mom's marriage. Rightfully so. I would hope mom would, shove him out on his ass.
Yeah.
So her entire world is about to get blown up because some guy's got some inappropriate thoughts about his stepdaughter.
I mean, I don't know how the fuck you'd handle this. I think if you felt the best route to handle this would be to speak with your parents. I don't know what the best route is, just to tell your mom and then they go and deal with it, or to sit them both down together and say, I want to talk about something that happened the other day that made me feel uncomfortable. And I wanted to do it in front of both of you. So we can either set the record straight or just figure out why this happened.
I can appreciate that he said that he was ashamed of his feelings toward her, so that maybe there is just a shred of morality here, that he knows that those feelings are wrong.
I wonder how much of just like a brickhead he is, though, too, because we don't know much about his personality. And no. I could totally see him as being kind of like one of those like gym characters that are just like total fucking dopes. And like, what the fuck did he say? That he had feelings towards her. Oh, that I'm ashamed. I got feelings for you too. Like just off the cuff, fucking inappropriate as hell. But he's such a dope that he doesn't realize that was not a compliment. And I think sometimes real narcissistic dopes think that showing that they're interested in that prey and you are the prey is somehow a turn on or something to the women that they're preying on.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, fucked up. And
she's got some time left in that house. If she feels that she can't go stay with her biological dad, she's still got some time that she has to do.
Well, and it would totally ruin anything in the future of, get-togethers with family members. And you see other girls because you may be the one right now that's 16, 17, but trust me, you will not be the last. If you have an extended family and there's sisters and there's aunts and there's uncles and everything, your dad will be around many other family members that he may find attractive. And just in life, he will be as well, depending on what he's involved with. So if he seems to be potentially a predator, I think it should be talked about. Do
you go to a teacher? Do you go to a guidance counselor? Do you involve somebody from the outside?
No, because then you get the police involved immediately and it turns into a fucking 3-ring circus and nothing gets resolved.
Yeah, and nothing happened here yet. He was completely inappropriate. He said some things. He hasn't made a move. So
yeah, I think at this point it's let's sit down and talk about this. And I don't think it's to the point of going to any, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you just say this to a licensed reporter,
they have to do something.
I don't, on this, nothing was done. It was just words that were said. Do they have to do something with something like this?
I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
a
I don't know.
Good question.
I don't know what the rules are, but I don't know. I think it should be, in my opinion, if I was giving this advice to a friend, I would say, sit down with your mom and dad in a safe place, but private enough that you can all talk and express what happened and hear them out. I'm not saying that you're gonna hear anything from him that's going to make you think otherwise. He'll probably have some dumbass excuse, but it's out there then. And it was clearly stated by you, not just your mom hearing it from you and being completely enraged and running in there and screaming, "You want to fuck my daughter?" or something like that. Because I don't know. I think that the marriage could be saved if it's handled correctly, maybe. But it certainly would be a rift for the rest of your life with the stepfather, because that's just kind of fucked up.
Well, and he's probably not going to walk you down the aisle, you know?
Yeah. So he's going to be the stripper at the bachelorette party. That's going to be the surprise. You're going to be there, and the club music's going to be banging, and he's going to come out and like, oh my God, is that who I think it is?
No, God.
Oh my God, it's my stepdad.
Oh, it's awful.
That's how that's going to go. So that's going to go. All right, guys, that wraps up today's episode of My Crazy Family. If you like the show, check us out on Apple Podcasts and check out our channel where you can sign up to get advanced episodes of the show, all of the archive, all of it commercial free. And it's all up there for you. Try it out for 3 days free right now on Apple Podcasts. Until next time, for all of us at My Crazy Family, I'm Tony Bruschi. Thanks for listening.
My crazy
family.
family.
My
Crazy
family.